Started with cluster number 3, which is progestiglandins. I don't even know how to pronounce it. One of the most important molecules you'll never heard of. So this is something that you're going to encounter a lot on the Regents, is literally things that you haven't seen nor I haven't seen before. And you're just going to push through and see while you're reading, while you're observing, what keywords, what things can you pull out of it that you already know to try to make that connection and choose the best answer based upon the information that they give to you. So, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to annotate for understanding. So, they keep talking about these progestiglandins. So, I circled that and then I put an annotation based upon the reading that it provides warning signals for damage. And further reading, they keep talking about enzymes, and I'm like, okay, I know what enzymes are. These are types of proteins. And then I also look for the sentence that gave me a lot of information about like what is probably causing these different progestiglandins production. And I saw this last sentence. This last sentence gave me a couple of hints, right? So one of the hints was the word variations in the genes. So what that made me realize is that, okay, if I have differences in the genes or changes in the genes, I may have different types of C enzymes. So there's C1 form over here and C2 form over here. And that could have different effects or they could have different jobs inside of the body. Next, I'm going to go back and look at the question. So this question is saying based on the models. So I should be looking at these images and applying what I already know. And it's saying to support a claim that two enzymes function differently. So automatically I'm saying, okay, these two proteins have different jobs. And I'm trying to figure out why is that a possible reason? So I'm going to start looking at question number 1. And this one kind of was funny because it said the two forms of C enzyme result in different DNA sequences that have different shapes. This is very wrong. All DNA has the same shape and it looks like that. So off the bat, I know that this is incorrect and I'm crossing this answer choice out. Next, I'm going to look at answer choice number 2. The DNA codes for the production of progestiglandins. I know that this is wrong, right? And I want us to think about like, how are proteins made from amino acids? So how do we go from DNA all the way from amino acids to proteins? And it's very simple. We've been doing this a lot. We start off with our DNA strand. Then it's translated to RNA. Then it's transcribed into amino acids. Amino acids, when they come together, they make proteins. And then these proteins have different shapes. And the different shapes causes the different functions. So based off of some answer number 2, I know this is wrong because DNA does not code for progestiglandins. DNA codes for RNA, which then codes for amino acids. So I'm crossing that out. Next, let's take a look at question number 7. So I'm trying to figure out which one of these claims, and these are answer choices between 1, 2, 3, and 4, could be used to describe the possible cause of a new variation, so a new difference in the gene that codes for the production of progestiglandins. So I just want to know, like, what the heck is going on in this image? I see progestiglandins here. They have a specific shape. They fit into the receptors. So I just made my observations. And now I'm going to go in and try to check out what's going on in this question. So I summarized the question for myself into what could have caused a new change in the DNA for the progestigland receptor. So let's think about it. If I change the receptor, which is the part on the outside, would that result in a change of the DNA? The answer is no. You must change the DNA inside of the nucleus of the cell to have a different effect. Let's think about another question. Can a protein create a gene? No, it cannot. This is because we just said it. We start off with DNA, then RNA, then amino acid, and then amino acids come together to make proteins, not the other way around. Finally, question number 8. And again, I'm going to begin by annotating those keywords that I recognize. Variation means differences. And then I'm trying to figure out which one of these questions could be used to figure out why or how do variations get passed on from individuals. So I'm thinking, okay, passed on, that immediately means that we get the genetic information from our parents. So I'm looking between choices number 1. And I'm going to start off with that one, where a father's white blood cells able to produce gametes with the variation. Gametes, let's think about that. What types of cells produces gametes? Do white blood cells make gametes? What are gametes? Gametes are egg and sperm. Your white blood cells do not make eggs and sperm. So this is automatically incorrect. So I am trying to figure out which one of the next questions or which one of the next answers is the best for it. And we know it's definitely not 1. So remember, please make sure you go through, cross out number 1, and then you're choosing your best answers based upon all the annotations that you did in this packet to complete your post test.